Hello and welcome to the Warcraft replay. It's going to be the first of a best of 3. No, it's not. It's going to be a best of 2. Because this is the Group C of the WCA in 2014. So, yeah. Group C, otherwise known as the Group of Death because of just so many high caliber players within this group. We have obviously these two players here, EleGaNt spawning in as the red Night Elf player in the bottom left, and his opponent, Inquisitive Hawk, the light blue human player in the top right. Of course, the other two players are Sonic and Tho. Yeah, actually, compared to the other groups, this one's actually pretty stacked, as far as I can tell. Yeah, like the other groups have like I don't know. They have like not that high level, like more like recent newcomers. Like I would say Taro and 3. They're like two good examples from Group B. And then there's Nicker. He jumped into the scene a little, a little more recently than most of these guys from Group C. So that's why I guess this is called Group of Death. Either way, Hawk going for, looks like the Archmage as normal. EleGaNt looks nothing out of the ordinary either. Ancient of War creeping here. We'll be able to welcome the Demon Hunter that will be popping out. Yeah, it's like it's the opening minutes and nothing yet to report on. All I can say is that there are absolutely no abnormalities here. Yeah, last Refuge. So, well, Hawk will start with this Rock Golem camp, most likely. Would be nice to take advantage of that mercenary camp, but it looks like, is it the early gold mine clear? Well, that would be a little bit different. Usually people would go for the Rock Golem camp because, well, number one, mercenary camp, number two, Rock Golem drops pretty good item as well. I mean, this is not out of the ordinary. Like, most players go for this next, but seeing as Hawk rushed this one, it could, maybe indicate a very early expand coming for Hawk. We will have to wait and see. Demon Hunter will be getting himself level 2 as he clears out this creep camp as well. I mean, the difference here is that EleGaNt started with this camp and then moved on to the next one. Hawk just went straight for an expand attempt. Okay, so could be greed on Hawk's mind here, or it could just be a pre-planned sort of strategy for himself, but only time will tell, as well it will leave the Archmage at level 1. Usually Archmages start harassing at level 2 for the Brilliant Sword to keep spamming out those elementals, but it doesn't matter. It seems he was able to pick up an archer kill for himself, so yeah, my complaint has pretty much been dealt with immediately. Mana burn is going to keep the Archmage in line, however. That's not going to be any more elementals anytime soon for the Archmage. Demon Hunter could potentially get himself a footman here. Highly probable. I mean, if the footman doesn't suicide himself, boosted speed, Demon Hunter is actually a pretty capable chaser. No tier 2 just yet for Hawk, as he has now finished his expand. Not sure if EleGaNt has spotted that, but I mean, you would expect an expand from a human player anyway. The only difference here is, well, Hawk did take it much earlier on. Demon Hunter might be able to get himself another footman, and I mean, this is a pretty big deal. Demon Hunter having a significant experience advantage over the Archmage. Of course, the Archmage maybe looking to change things here, maybe pick up a couple of kills himself. Looks like Demon Hunter has finally set sights on the Archmage, who still doesn't have boots, but he does have +6 claws, probably from the Ogre Magi camp. Another mana burn will kinda prevent him from spawning any more elementals. Tier 2 has started for Hawk, and more footmen are being popped out here. Boots of Speed has finally been purchased from the Archmage, and that's probably gonna be a done deal for the Demon Hunter. There's no way he can catch up to the Archmage now. I mean, they might have like just similar movement speeds. EleGaNt has placed down an expand, which has been sorted by Hawk. Still not sure if the expand for Hawks has been seen, but well, it has now. Breath of Fire will be forcing a cancel there. Unfortunately, he didn't get the killing blow on that one. As you can see, no experience has been gained. The Rock Golem camp has finally been started for Hawk, but will EleGaNt's Demon Hunter have something to say about it? He is going to be able to pick up one of those footmen. Scourge Bone Chimes has been dropped and picked up by the Archmage, so lucky that the Demon Hunter was not able to pick that one up. But Hawk is in danger of losing his Archmage here. Needs to be a little careful, as the Panda is seeming to do well. Level 3 on the Demon Hunter, so that is going to be level 2 mana burn. Hawk needs to be a little bit more considerate when he picks up a second hero, because they're going to have hell of a time fighting that Demon Hunter right now. Definitely I don't think Nagasiwitch is the best option, because she'll die really easily. Mountain King's probably like the most logical choice here, since he can fend himself better than any other second hero. Yeah, I think it's just gotta be the Mountain King. Like, that's any different. We do have an Ancient of Wind placed down. Still curious as to the reason why. It does look like it will be forced to be cancelled here. We do have a couple of Dryads coming out to maybe fend us off. Ancient of Wind was forced cancel. Panda, it doesn't look like he was too successful in killing those peasants, only able to get a grand total of 1, I believe. As well, there's only 1 corpse. Yeah, what is that Ancient of Wind going to be used for, I wonder? It's probably too early to bring out hippogriffs at this point. It could just be for fairy dragons, potentially, since double sanctums, well, will be popping out. Although, it looks like EleGaNt's going to do a good job forcing a cancel for at least one of those sanctums. Archmage, ooh, very close. If there were more Dryads, maybe, you know, potentially just go under that tower and go straight for him, but health potion was used, and he will be able to fend this off. Panda actually needs to be a little careful here. No preservation staff from either heroes. That is a little bit troubling. Troll Shadow Priest was picked up by the footman, and the Panda gets taken down by the Mountain King. Yeah, EleGaNt may have like stayed a little too long. Plus, Dryads are not the particular best when trying to deal with these footmen. Yeah, they are going to be forced to retreat here, as the TP scroll has been burnt. Panda is being revived as well. So, EleGaNt showed to be in real dominance here until he lost his Panda. I think that's when the tables just flipped around, like, immediately. No preservation staff was a little bit questionable. I mean, there was no way to save the Panda without it, and it just led to his death. I mean, the Mountain King is going to enjoy himself that, you know, hero experience there, and maybe get himself to an early level 2, as the Archmage has already caught up to 3, but the Demon Hunter has actually got himself to level 4. that would be troubling because the Demon Hunter at the later stage of the game is very, very powerful. So both players are kind of set to do what they want to do in terms of expand, although of course Hawk did receive a little bit of harassment from EleGaNt. Didn't force that many peasants to actually jump off of that gold mine, however, so it doesn't look like that's going to be too much of a problem. We have Riflemen actually coming out for Hawk to maybe deal with these Dryads better. Of course, Riflemen are much better to deal against Dryads than, of course, those Spellbreakers. Dryads need to be a little bit careful here. They don't want to kill themselves with that defend. Which I think... oh, never mind. I thought the Riflemen were a little bit premature, but it seems like Hawk is going to invest in a couple of them. We have a workshop being placed down as well. Maybe for mortar teams. Hell, I don't know. Is that +2 armor or is that +1? That is going to be +1 armor for those Druids and Dryads. And of course +2 attack has been queued up, so that will be next. Double Sanctums popping out Priests and Spellbreakers, all the same. We actually have Bloodlust on that Rifleman. It must have been from an Ogre Magi, because there is no way that a Night Elf or a human player can take advantage of Bloodlust. But either way, Bloodlust on a Rifleman is pretty good. We have a bear being taken down. That was a pretty lucky bash proc there. I don't think it was a Stormbolt. I have no idea what EleGaNt is doing with this Ancient of War. It won't even pick up a Footman here. Sad, but true. Orb of Venom on Demon Hunter. So once he gets that level 6, not level 6, level 5, he should be producing some results, because there is no way the Panda is going to turn this around at this point. He is still pretty far away from level 3. Anyway, we have 2 6 claws for the Archmage, plus 12 damage. That's pretty painful. Of course, much better on an Archmage than a Mountain King, as well, ranged units tend to find more opportunities to attack than a melee, obviously. Demon Hunter is receiving a little bit of feedback damage from those Spellbreakers, but not too significant, and mortar teams are being queued up for Hawk. Hawk's actually got a pretty sizable army already, 75 versus 62, despite EleGaNt getting an expand, you know, respectable timing as well. Obviously not as much as Hawk's. He's mined about 2,000 more than his opponent. We're actually going to have a little bit of sandwich coming in from EleGaNt. We have a first Fairy Dragon out as well, and it will force Hawk to actually retreat. I was very, very curious as to the decisioning on that TP. Like, Hawk did have a number advantage, but maybe he was a little scared on maybe the power behind those units. Definitely, like 4 bears and a couple of fairy dragons would have been nothing to laugh at. But still, it was interesting to see that TP immediately. Dryad getting caught in a transition. That was pretty bad. 2-1 on those upgrades for EleGaNt. Hawk, he is 0-1 and 0-0. So, obviously upgrade advantage will be going to EleGaNt, and, you know, very nice as well, since most of these units, in fact all of these units, benefit from the same upgrade. Meanwhile Hawk, you know, having to go for this kind of well-rounded comp, he needs multiple different upgrades. Wisp will be spotted, but won't be dealt with. Maybe Hawk will remember that. Let's see what he picks up from this Ogre Magi here. It is going to be the Book of the Dead, probably one of the one of the unique items dropped from that particular Ogre Magi camp. I'm not sure how useful it's going to be in this case, because Dryads can just immediately take them down with Abolish Magic, and, well, Panda could maybe deal with it with his Drunken Haze and Breath of Fire combo. But the Panda's elsewhere, unfortunately. He is actually attacking the Expand with his bear friends, as well as his two little dragons here. We have a anti-magic shell potion for the Panda, but it could maybe be given to the Demon Hunter here. TP Scroll will be timed very nicely with the arrival of the Demon Hunter. Sadly, he wasn't able to take down the Arcane Sanctum in time, which would have been pretty significant. That would have slowed down the adept training of those sorceresses. I was gonna say slow down the slow casts from those sorceresses, but slow is actually an innate ability. It's not actually required adept. Legion Doomhorn, that is going to be, I believe, Unholy Aura available for the Mountain King. Might be actually useful compared to Scourge Bone Chimes. Increased movement speed as well as health regeneration. Like, humans love healing since, well, priests obviously, so might be kept around. Unlike the Scourge Bone Chimes, which was sold for a quick buck. Demon Hunter needs to be really careful there. A little bit late on that anti-magic potion. But we shall see. I mean, it has worn off and a greater healing potion has been used instead. We have a lot of bears out for EleGaNt. Holy crap, that's a lot of bears. Will 3 Mortar Teams be enough to deal with this amount of bears? I don't know. We have a couple of towers being completed as well. Pretty nicely done from Hawk to actually, you know, ready that up. We have the Book of the Dead being used as well. Fairy Dragons going into the Mana Flare forms. TP Scroll will be used by the Panda, as it looks like EleGaNt not liking that fight at all. How many bears did he lose, I wonder? 1, 2... I can only see 2 corpses that I believe are bears, so... maybe? I think EleGaNt... I don't know, actually. EleGaNt might have suffered equal amount of losses as Hawk did, or it could just mean that Hawk was able to win that fight. I don't know in particular. It looks like these skeletal archers are going to move in to harass a little bit, but since they're going to time out very soon, I highly doubt it. Although, if they were able to hire up maybe sappers, that would be pretty cheeky. But it doesn't look like that's going to happen. Hawk maybe not favoring the expensive cost of hiring up those guys. I think they're like 200 gold each or something like that. But yeah, it would have been very cheeky. May have done some damage, like definitely take down a couple of moonwells. I don't like that. Would have been a really good idea, but I guess Hawk just couldn't afford them. Yeah. Anyway, Ogre camp has been cleared out on the bottom right, and we have the Cloak of Flames being picked up by the Panda. Interesting fairy dragon attacking the Panda for no reason. What is happening here? EleGaNt may not want this particular fight. Scroll of Healing going to be purchased here for Hawk? No, but it looks like the claws, as well as whatever item he had else, has been sold. Interesting. Okay, level 5 Demon Hunter. Will he do work? Don't know. Anti-magic potion has been used, and he did go for a mana burn on Hawk's Mountain King. But those mortar teams are actually ripping through those dryads. 3 dryads taken down immediately by those mortar teams there. We do have a slow cast on the Demon Hunter, and damn, it looks like Hawk is actually going to be the one to force a retreat here. Of course, EleGaNt is receiving some damage himself. Obviously, with the clumping here with these bears, mortar teams are fairly effective. Panda looking to maybe take them down in addition to his Cloak of Flames, as well as, you know, just whacking him with his barrel. I think I heard the Demon Hunter taken down, and that was apparently true. The Demon Hunter has been taken down at level 5. That is pretty significant. That will allow both the Archmage and the Mountain King to, you know, have their way. Fairy Dragon doesn't look like it will be able to do that much. Demon Hunter was hired up again by the Tavern, but taken down immediately. Level 6 has been gained on the Mountain King. It doesn't look like we're gonna have any avatar form just yet, so, well, because like no mana. I would probably just assume that the Mountain King went level 3 bash, you know, instead. So yeah, it was rather interesting that the Demon Hunter died a second time. That I didn't actually anticipate that much damage going on, and apparently neither did EleGaNt. That was pretty unlucky. Let me take a drink here. Alright, Ancient of Wind, which was placed down next to this expand, looks like it will be destroyed. Do I have any more teams? Did Hawk lose them all? That might be the case. Yeah, it does look like it seems to be the case. But we have a lot of riflemen. Like this, it's entirely consisting of riflemen and spellbreakers. This is seemingly a lot of damage, but since like these riflemen aren't actually upgraded, they do have the long rifles, but they don't have like any upgrades whatsoever. They're not doing that much damage as, you know, a full rifleman army should. We have 3-2 on these bears and dryads, and Hawk may have experienced, you know, the power of those upgrades. Wellsprings will be researched as well. Yeah, Wellsprings. I'm surprised it took this long for EleGaNt to actually go for that one, but maybe he was just too busy with his attack and armor upgrades that, well, he kind of forgot about it. Despite, you know, Wellsprings taking not that long. I would maybe imagine +3 armor not anytime soon. I think EleGaNt needs to prioritize on, you know, getting that armor supply back up to around 80, because there is no way 3-3 army of like 60 food will do well against, like, you know, straight up 80 supply army of Hawk. So yeah, you gotta think about that. Yes, quality over quantity, but at the same time, quantity can just straight out win against quality. Sobi Mask has been picked up by the Panda as well. Interesting, I don't know where he picked that one from, but nevertheless, it is a very good item. Probably one of the best items for the Panda in my opinion. Like, that added mana regeneration is absolutely essential, especially at this point in the game where the Panda should be tossing out his, you know, most powerfulest attacks and whatnot. We have the heroes of Hawk actually invisible thanks to those sorceresses. Okay, next fight will maybe show if the Mountain King went for that avatar form, or, you know, if he just went for that bash proc. I think avatar would be absolutely amazing against the Demon Hunter, since, well, it's gonna make himself magic immune. But we shall see. There we go with a Drunken Fire combo on quite a bit of Riflemen. It will force an early Scroll of Healing out from Hawk. Mountain King still not doing much. He is tossing out Storm Bolts here and there, and then, you know, quickly getting invisible again. But other than that, it doesn't look like he has chosen Avatar form at all for his ultimate ability. Archmage still hasn't reached level 6 either. He's actually, fairly close to it, as well as the Demon Hunter for EleGaNt. One of those peasants could give him that level 6, but there we go with the Stormbolt to the face. That is going to be the Demon Hunter falling once again. EleGaNt did have a Preservation Staff, but maybe he just didn't see that Stormbolt coming at him. There we go with another Stormbolt, and, well, that's going to be another bear. Tough luck, because all the panda needed to do was turn around, Breath of Fire, level 6 has been gained, and, metamorphosize and get that added health, but that wasn't the case. We actually have Storm, Earth, and Fire being picked up here for the panda, because he's actually lived. EleGaNt's expand, doesn't look like it's going to last that long. Honestly, if EleGaNt loses this, Hawk is, guaranteed to win. Because, well, he's been mining off this gold mine for a while now, and EleGaNt doesn't exactly have another expand anytime soon. Storm, Earth, and Fire, what are they going to do? Cyclones from Storm, but that's going to be dispelled by those priests. Earth, well, I haven't seen any stomps being tossed around, so not sure what's wrong with that one, but oh well, it looks like Panda has turned back into, the normal Panda. We did have a Drunken Fire combo, but it's not killing just yet. We have the Avatar form finally. Casmodan indeed. What is the Mountain King gonna do with this newfound power? Maybe kill himself a couple of bears. Does have Stormbolt maybe, but he doesn't have mana. Oh dear. There we go with the Stormbolt, and might be a dead bear. We shall see. Well, that's not going to be a dead bear. That was a pretty big tease on that Mountain King, but Preservation Staff will save another. Yeah, level 5 Demon Hunter, still not here yet. But I don't know. Well, I do know. It's definitely too late for EleGaNt at this point. He lost himself an expand. Hell, Hawk is making another expand himself. Like, this is just adding salt to the wound because EleGaNt has no income. Look at that. The only income he can get is lumber, and this is not Age of Empires where you can, trade one type of resource for another. Hell no. This is Warcraft 3. Or I should say, this is a Blizzard game. There is nothing of that kind of sort here. Demon Hunter, how far away is he from 6? He's 4 experience points away from 6. I just want to see Metamorphosis. Like, we rarely see that ability. And it seems like Hawk just doesn't want that to happen. He just kills that Demon Hunter for good. Tree of Life for the expand of EleGaNt is moving out, but of course, like, you gotta take down that expand. So let's see here. Shot from an arcane tower should give it away that an expand has been placed down. So EleGaNt is going to try and deal with this. It doesn't look like he has a significant army either. 39. Oh wow, that is not good. 39 versus 54. We do have level 6 on the Demon Hunter, but that is going to be GG. No Metamorphosis whatsoever. That was a pretty disappointing ending there. You could have maybe metamorphosized and then ended, but oh well. That is going to be game. Pretty good game from both players. I don't need to do that. I just need to wait for this replay to end. What was I thinking? Yeah, like, damn, 30-minute game. That was just that. Like, you can't last that long in Last Refuge. Last Refuge is such a small map. So, yeah, that's probably as long as you'll get. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in game 2.